Let me now cover how to set up and link multiple domain names. The first step is to find and register names that cover different but related facets of the same domain. Each must point to each other and must be cross-linked to point to the main sales site. Simple so far, but the next step is the critical one to ensure that this strategy will work for the long term. Each site must be content-rich. Gone are the days when you can put up a page that simply points to another page to gain any significant relevancy. Each of these sites should be hosted by a different web hosting service. Also make sure that each site has a unique IP address. To provide cheaper hosting solutions, some web hosts stack several domains on the same IP address. This is known as virtual hosting and is a bad idea from our optimization viewpoint. In this case, cheaper is not better. Insist that when you host your site that it will have a unique IP address. To check your site's IP address, do something called a ping. Open up DOS on your system, and at the C prompt, type the following, ping, and then your domain name. Hit the Enter key, and the test will reveal your IP address of your domain name. In my case, it's 207.217.96.30. To ensure your sites will not be tagged by the search engines as duplicates intended to artificially boost relevancy, you may also want to register them under different DBAs or company names. All of these companies, of course, can be owned by the same parent company. An easier alternative is to register your domain name by proxy. This will make the Whois registry look something like this when it's accessed, instead of like this, which you'll notice has a lot more information about the owner of this domain name and their address and all that information. This proxy registration is available through www.godaddy.com. This will not work if you're doing something illegal. It's only designed to protect site owners from overzealous spammers mining the registry services for email addresses. The authorities, on the other hand, will have no trouble finding you. The last step is to optimize each of these sites to specific markets you're trying to break into. To do this, apply as many of the techniques I'll cover in this section of the course to these sites. Let me conclude with one last pointer that will really yield results with this technique. It's important to get incoming links from websites outside of your ownership website ring. In fact, this is so important, I devote a whole section to this topic later in the course. If your sites only link to each other, it will look like an isolated network of sites rather than an organic part of the World Wide Web. These types of isolated networks are easy to spot for spam filters. What you want to shoot for are sites with similar links but not exactly the same, with some coming from a variety of outside sources.